Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Blue. You're watching a Mr. Blue Techno Geek Reviews Productions, and this is my review of Stranger Things. It's gonna get a little weird in here, and I'm gonna get a little analytical. Okay, I just want to begin this review before I start the other half of it by saying this show is still good, but this season does do a little bit of an Iron Man 3 twist that may either piss you off or you might like it. I'll get into it with the review, spoilers ahead of time. Thanks for watching. When I finished this season, I was like, holy shit, this show is gonna be hard to rate. There are going to be people who are gonna tell me that they want me to say this is the worst show ever that I've ever seen. They're gonna be the ones that want me to talk about how I like it like it's a big, huge Scooby-Doo event. I felt most daunted when thinking about reviewing this show. Plus, was having to deal with the competition with new Rockstar making reviews. I'm kind of obsolete, and channel Awesome Beat Me to Chase, which actually inspired this channel for reviewing this. We have to set the standards as this genre, on the horror genre, how it affects me. I'm not a fan of it. It took me years to watch Blade alone and the show Supernatural of CW. I'm not a kid of the 80s. I grew up in 99. I'm a child of the 2000s. I watched 80s film when they were on YTV. I watched reruns of 80s films and TV shows and got some of them on Blu-ray when I was a lot older. You have to understand, I as a critic hold things by my own standards with what we get and with the finished project by the end of it. Where the first season is confined to one arc with the characters and wraps up in 8 episodes, season 2 is more broken down into more subplots and more new characters. Every characters we have an bonus episode, which is basically just a wrap-up episode. This season, Eleven and Hopper are played as a more father-daughter relationship role this season that breaks down to her trying to figure out who she is, finds out that her twinsy, and Joyce tries to help her son with improving upon himself with Hawkins while dating Bob, and it does not go well for him, without spoiling Jim Hopper takes a visit to the Upside Down, and Will's mind powers save Hopper. Mike plays a more side character. This season, Lucas and Dustin have love triangle face most of the season, and the term Captain Logan coined. Dustin raises a necromancer, and the outcast gets the girl this season, Jonathan and Nancy. Another love triangle. Feel guilty about Barb and put her in an anti-government subplot with a new character, Zac Efron's twinsy. Steve plays a new bad boy in Hawkins that builds between the season, will take the place all of last season. The Pappy, or as I like to say on the IMDb page, you got Martin Browner, has an ominous presence felt throughout this season, and Mr. Clark being the information guy throughout the season. Max and Steve have a toxic brother and sister relationship. The overall theme of the season is nostalgia and family. Put that in the header of the YouTube video, Mr. Blue. This season, over the season, emphasis even more on nostalgia than from the last season. Episode 2, they're playing Dragon's Lair. The music use, the last episode, the car designs in the show are a lot more of the 80s. A lot of the games they play, the show, and the music gets the foreground work. Yes, I'm gonna review Stranger Things Season 1 much later this week. I have to say, this season has a much greater emphasis on nostalgia than that season did when it comes to the end of the series. And it's also about family. the many relationships people have with their family. The toxic, the psychotic, the loving, the caring, and the one through all the mental abuse and PTSD. They teach us how to love, how to protect one another. And Nancy's ex breaks archetype by playing bigger brother role to Dustin. They come together in the end and win and lose. And nonetheless, how the presence of the Demogorgon is felt throughout the series, building towards it as well, which may disappoint some. And we'll tear with how I was hyped up with the trailers for the series, and each of the trailers we saw. Episodes built to it, though it's got an even conclusive end that's critiquing and mind thinking within itself. The show is tough because in some ways this season is better than season 1. It has better control of its themes, the characters are more fleshed out, it feels more of its own time period. I can't quite put my finger on it, but overall, like the other period pieces, it's a great, and the episodes with 11 and some others just gonna mess most of you guys up, and sad as heck. To call out conspiracy, if you're someone that calls out conspiracy, it shows the tragedy in that. And I'm Dustin. I mean, legendary Mr. Blue. I can kind of relate to his character, that kid in the show. I was like him when I was that age. Letting down my subjectivity and being more objective with the review. I'm hyped for season 3. This show was a joy to watch. I went by all the episodes so quick. I have a little nitpick with the ending. I don't like getting advertised something we're supposed to get that we don't really never get. And to wait on it. The less I get why they did that. I also watched the Beyond Stranger Things thing, which is basically like the featurettes for the Netflix stuff. I get it. I get why they did it. They want to box themselves, but they gotta open that box. Those Stranger Things trailer had me hyped for a bigger bad, but it's still a good show nonetheless. Never disappointed. The quality is kind of Twin Peaks meets X-Files that makes up Stranger Things. It's amazing. I give it I get more than season 1, but less than season. It's that's mathematical. Wait, this divided by it's I gotta say 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. Which means I'm probably gonna rate season 1 much higher. Go watch it, binge it, watch it with your kids, watch it with your dad, watch it with your mom, watch it with your girl, watch it with your boy, watch it with your dog. It's a great show, and especially on Halloween. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. I was trying to be creepy. Good night, folks. So that was my review on Stranger Things Season 2. Stay tuned for more reviews from Mr. Blue, Techno Geek Reviews production.